I want to talk about budgets here for a quick moment. And budgets are the most talked about topic. It's like the first thing that everybody goes to when they talk about personal finance and winning with money, right? You got to make a budget and stick to a budget and this and that. I have a different opinion about budgets, and you probably know that if you've been listening to some of my other stuff, or if you've seen my other YouTube videos. You know that I don't start with a budget, because a budget is not the thing that you need to do first, and it's not even the most important thing, and you may not even need a budget depending on what you're trying to accomplish. A budget is a tool, and you may not need to include it in your toolbox. It might not fit. It might not do something that you want it to do. Okay. I've been sort of budgeting, and I say sort of because I have been, like, I've tried really strictly budgeting every single month to using the budget as a transaction recorder. And the beginning of this year, I switched again from I went from using my budget as a transaction recorder to actually budgeting, like planning out my expenses month by month. So I'll tell you a little story that what just happened to me. I was looking at my budget earlier today, and I saw that I have different categories for different things. Not too many, but a few. And I saw that I have I have $165 in my car category. All right, it's almost, there's 10 days left in the month, right? It's the 19th right now. So $165 in my car category. It's allocated for my car. That's what the budget does. It allocates you the money, what you're going to spend it on. And I was like, I'm going to go get a car wash because I'm going to take nice pictures of the car to post them and sell the car. All right? So I go to the car wash. I get the car wash done, and the guy who was washing the car comes to me and says afterwards, hey, you got some oxidation on your car. It's all over the place, and it's going to last a lot better if you take off the oxidation. We can do it for you at any time, man. Just let us know when you want to do it. And I was thinking about it for a little bit, and I said, okay, well, how much is it? And he said it's $100, $110. If you want to do that, you can do it anytime, man. But the only thing is that it doesn't include the car wash. So you just got your car wash. So I thought, okay, yeah, sure, let's do it. So he did it, all right. And instead of, he gave me a discount for $100. So I said, all right, great. Get the rest as tip. And they did it. They did the thing, and now the car looks all shiny. It looks great. It feels great too. You touch it, and it's like, oof! It's smooth like a baby's bottom. And but that came from the budget. The reason that I said, yeah, let's do it right now, because I got the cost of the service, and the guy said it fit my budget, right? I thought, okay, well, I got the car wash, it's $20, and then I want to get the shine and the wax or whatever it's called, and that's $100 extra. So I have $120. So if I do that and 160, I have budgeted 160 minus 120, I still have a little bit left to last the rest of the month. I can fill up on gas or something and still be within budget. So you see where I'm going with this? In this case, it is likely that the budget caused me to spend money where I otherwise wouldn't have. Do you see how that's backwards? Everybody says that the budget keeps you from spending money in places that you ordinarily would not have. But the scientific method is breaking this down right now, because the budget has helped me save money, or not save money, but spend money on something that I normally would not have done. If the guy, all that I came out to do today was get a car wash, and if the guy had said, there's oxidation and that kind of thing, if I hadn't seen my budget, if I had not seen that, I have $160 in my car wash budget, like one of my priorities right now is spending as little money as I possibly can, then I would not have bought the upsell. I would just say, yeah, all right, I'll do it another time, man. Thanks for letting me know. So you see how that works. Isn't that super interesting? So a budget, I mean, at the end of the day, a budget, your forecast, your goal, whatever you write down, it could be a self-fulfilling prophecy. And I have a funny story about that, which I guess I'll just tell it right now, thinking about it. But the first 2 years that I budgeted, I hit my number exactly within like $100. First year I budgeted, I had a budget of, I'm going to spend $21,000 this year. I spent exactly $21,000, plus minus $100. The second year, I cut my forecast because had some things change, lifestyle changes, and I said I'm gonna spend $14,000 this year. That's gonna be my budget. Guess what? I hit it almost exactly. Plus minus $100. I think I was a little bit over. $14,000 is what I spent that year. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. And the interesting thing that I think about is, well, what if I had just not set a budget and said I'm going to spend as little as possible? What would have happened then? I probably could have gotten a lot lower than 21,000 and 14,000 respectively. But because that's what I told myself I would do, that's what happened. Because I had budgeted that money, because I had budgeted that money, I ended up spending it. That's how it worked. And you know one thing, budgets is how governments operate. And you know that governments waste a lot of money. There's a lot of corruption in government, and they squander a lot of money, and they do it all through use of budgets. So when somebody says that you got a budget, I can't take them seriously, because you can manipulate a budget. You can make it say different things, and you can make the budget bend to your will, because you're not putting yourself in a box when you budget. It's an arbitrary thing. But a government agency, for example, let's say they have $100,000 for a project. All right, repair the roads project, $100,000. I don't know how much it costs to repair roads, but whatever. And let's say that you can get it done. Let's say that you can get it done for $30,000. It's not going to cost you $100,000 to get the roads done. It's just going to cost $20,000. Or what did I say? $30,000. Did I say $30,000 or $40,000? I don't remember. But we have $100,000 budgeted, so I'm just going to, find something that I can spend this money on that ordinarily I would not have. And since I have the money budgeted, I can just say that it was for the road project. And that's how they work. That's how some governments do this thing. It's not really rocket science. And that's how things end up costing like millions and millions of dollars over what they say that they were going to cost. Wow, why is there so many cars here? And then they go and say, oh, we ran out of budget. We need more budget. We need more taxes. And then they get more taxes from the people, and the people are too stupid to realize that most of their money got stolen, and now they're just going to pay more money to get stolen. 70% of it is going to get stolen. And I feel like that's kind of what your budget is on a small scale. It doesn't have to be that way, right? But that's kind of how it ends up being. So there you go. everybody tells you that the budget is a way to align your, make sure that you're spending no more than you should be and that your spending is aligned with your priorities. But I just gave you an example of how it can work against you. And that can be not true. So if you're a true scientist, if you're a true logical thinker, person, whatever, then you got to take this example and be like, oh, wait a minute, that's not what I was supposed to do. The budget was supposed to prevent that. How does that work? The budget's not the answer. It's a tool. It's not the answer. It is not the thing you got to do. People say start with a budget. It doesn't work. That's why so many people quit budgeting, because it doesn't work. They don't like it. It's not the right tool for the job that they're trying to do. So we don't start with a budget. We start with other things, a lot more effective. A budget could be, I'm not saying that budgets are bad. It could be the thing that you need, but it could also be the thing that you don't need. It's not the right tool for you. It might not be. Who knows? So it's not a absolute requirement that you do budgeting. And this experience, now I'm doing a little series on my YouTube channel I'm rebuilding my entire financial system from scratch, starting from zero. You should check it out. But this is making me kind of rethink the, whether I'm going to do budgeting. I'm going to come at it from a fresh perspective and sort of build it from scratch and see how that's going to work. I have such a budgeting focused view, because that's one of the things that I started with. It was one of the first things I did when I was getting into personal finance and figuring out my money, is that I did a budget. But now I'm thinking, if I were to start all over again, what is it that I would do? Would I even go for the budget? Right? And that's, we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna think a little bit differently about it now. So now I'm gonna go take some pictures of this car. It's gonna be pretty nice. Peace.